Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Technics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in Week 4. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Good. Makes the score Bengals 7. Jaguars nothing. Justin Tucker
following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think of...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Tyson Alualu drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Now it's Hines. They will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Touchdown, Jackson.
Nyheim Hines, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin first and 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
He's tackled at the...
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up...
Here's Murray. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to...
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They run with Hines. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
The ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
7-7, our score after one.
The score tied 7-7.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Jackson now. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Gerald Everett is tight end, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw again is Jackson. Eluding the pressure, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Lamar Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Jaguars have taken the lead. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind you're thinking Lamar Jackson getting the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Murray now. And he completes it to Hunt. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Hunt. That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Drew Sample, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Sample, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Murray going to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field diving to grab it? No, he didn't. They'll run on 1st down. Hunt, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup.
To throw is Murray. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. On the run, this is Hunt. And
they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
5 yards.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And they're going option play on 3rd down. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he's stopped right around the 29. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And Jackson throwing once more. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And now off to the races down the right side. Now this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
13. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no thought of a return here for Hines.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on third down. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First down.
Now Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On first and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Golden Tate, incomplete.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
On third down, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.